It's like I'm getting tired of holding the camera, with my hands, but I gotta get the clip for my eyes move. And technically, I'm still thankful that I have hands and fingers and appendages I can use to do things like hold things anyway. So, just that being said, let's dive right in. So, NASA and the scientists and smart people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and a couple other people who, Joe Rogan, and they're like, yeah, they're doing podcasts and stuff. I mean, to me, it's all the distraction, but it's like smart talk, I guess, or intellectual babble to me most of the time. Because all of it's just babble until, we do something amazing. But, straight to it, it's like we're headed towards, where it all started. Like, in a sense, like, okay, you ever like heard those like stories of Palladians, and it seems like some sort of video game most of the time. Like, when you think about it. Now look, you get this, you about to get these bombshells from Josey. Josey, I'm the soul king, I'm the king of soul music. Boy, I got it going, do it, and I do it. Who is this usually? Y'all need to book me, man, so I can just come through and, hey, baby, whatever event you got. I think no one knows what love is. And I don't know why. I don't know why I try so hard. You just go through my own little motions. I love doing plugs. But look, listen, swinging it right back around to what we were actually talking about. This is why you love me. All right, you about to get these bombs from Josey right now, man. These jewels from your boy right now. You know what I mean? And don't mind me, I'm high. It's technically all just my opinion, you feel me? Until, like, I guess it's made an irrefutable thing. Like, I don't really, like, I read, but I don't really read. I kind of just pay attention to what's going on. I call it, like, being self-aware or being aware of, I call it, like, a realization of all things. Like, I know that everything is what it is. So if I hear anything or I read something as a glimpse, like a glimpse of, disinfectant wipes, I know what these things are for because I know what the word disinfectant means at this point, and I know what the word wipes means at this point. So off of just reading the word disinfectant wipes, I can make up my whole analogy of the purpose of what these are used for and what I'm going to use them for. I could even peer into the future sometimes to actually see myself wiping down this table right here. That's, it's a literal real table in all of existence, wiping down this other table in front of me, getting everything clean, with the disinfectant wipes after I use this disinfectant spray to spray the air, different things. It's like it's already there. It's already got labels on it. It's like we came into, it's like, first of all, we're headed back to where it all started, you know. And if you ever heard those, stories about, and I'm gonna be honest with you, where it all started could be even more advanced than what it was when it first started, or it could be in utter ruins. And when we swing back around through it, it's kind of like up in the air. Like, yeah, look, listen, there is a creator of all things. But to be honest with you, if you haven't really just realized it right now, the divine planning is of its own accord. We're not meant to really just understand that. We're just meant to exist and do what we do until, there's no more existence. And that existence is technically gauged upon our will to survive this whole thing. Like, we treat it like it's a game. It is, but it ain't. It's more like, a gamble with your life 24/7, like 24/7. Like, you talk about jobs, work, passions, making love, meeting people, fucking off time, doing whatever you want to do in your existence, and trying to be fruitful with, your planting, because technically we all gotta go. You feel me? So, yeah, the earth is headed back towards its original destination, like the Palladian type star system, but it's really headed towards Vega right now, which technically one of these constellations houses a civilization that should be so advanced, so advanced that they can recreate, simulations like this. Like, taking it as, say there was a whole population of Earthlings at one time and the species got wiped out. These beings who are humanoid and somewhat, the same type of species through, evolution, we all kind of came into existence under the same divine house with, like, higher being aspect going towards a perfect body, within creation, the perfect physical realm, in existence, something that is forever. And each one precedes itself. Like heaven and hell exist because we exist. Literally, it only exists because we exist. And it'll only exist in a pantheon or in a belief system of the people who actually believe in that shit. If that shit wipes out, then nobody else believes in it. It's just like the pantheons of old guys behind, like how people used to believe, like, yo, if you die, you go to Valhalla. Well, what if you're not a warrior? Then, what's up, everybody? If you're not a warrior, I don't know. Maybe you go to, like, you're reincarnated into like a dog or a sheep until you're a human again, type shit. You know what I mean? It's like going back to, like, even Egyptian shit, that, like, the Egyptians basically believed that they could be reincarnated, and I mean, most of them, like, even when you get down to the nitty gritty of researching Zachariah Sitchin, or yes, I mean Zachariah Sitchin, or anybody that's talking Sumerian texts or Anunnaki, you're gonna find that the Anunnaki actually do come from, like a hierarchy of, advanced beings. It's talk about before gods in this area, but there were beings that existed within another area, and within that area things were created, and things, we went to war within that area, and in that area they found peace in that area, and it was multiple planets, like 7 to 13 planets housed within 7 to 13 galaxies. Within growth, it started out like, on some 7 and grew beyond measure. Like they use it like the Larian Wars. If you've ever heard this story, like I said, it sounds like a video game, but it's actually more real than you think. With the Draconian people, the shapeshifters, the Greys, it goes into a whole scale and spectrum of high advanced people. The people who are actually able to, the fish people who come from above, and the way they bred in were becoming like mer people. That's what you would call them, or mermaids or whatever. Those people that live in the water, or either like just fishmen, plain and simple. Fish people, however you want to call them. Anyway, it's like an old African chieftain lady that was speaking about that at one point. She was like, yeah, the fish people came and visited us in Africa, and they told us about the wheel, and they said, don't deal with it. Don't deal with technology. It'll ruin you. It's like different species came and gave instructions to different, races of man down here, if you want to just put it into that aspect and be like, we're races or we're tribes. We'll use the actual word for it. They came and gave instructions to different tribes. Now, where did these species come from? They came from damn near the same star system. This was a star system that's like the competing star systems. That's how you get the demons and the angels. You got the ones that we believe are here to help us, and the ones that we believe are here to destroy us. And that's on some whole external belief. It's technically all within our head, until it's all in your face. Like when it hit your face, that's when it get real. Like right now, you got people that's claiming that they seen aliens and shit in the sky and UFOs and shit. Now, I have no doubt in my mind, sometimes I want to believe you. And more than likely, I've actually seen a UFO. I just refuse to believe that's what the fuck it was. Now, look, listen. Am I woke? I don't know. I don't choose to, categorize myself in terms like woke, sleep, righteous, spiritual, wise, whatever. I'm just a man trying to figure everything out. And I'm getting somewhere most of the time in life with knowing that this ain't my first go around. Like reincarnation is real. Most people just refuse to believe it. That's one thing that I have found to be real. How far it goes back, though, that's the question you really need to ask yourself. And whether you even really want to go that far back, because technically you don't have to. All you got to do is look at the surface of your existence. Everybody talking about a whole, everybody's meant to be rich and da 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 da. No, not in the economic system. In the economic system, you need a rich class, poor class, just for that shit to exist. We know this shit because it exists right now. It just is how it is. Once you enter a golden age, there is no poor class. There is no rich class. There's just existence and the people within everything they do. That's all it is. The great works we do. Literally. That's it. You have no, it's no real competition besides the competition we create between each other to do something great. Like if we really trying to conquer the star system, that's really where you want to start. You want to terraform Mars. All right, let's do some shit like that. Let's take, a few billion of us and actually start going up in space and building shit and making the preparations right. Building space colonies and different housing type of things, ports that we can get to in space that we can just be like, all right, from here, when it lines up right, we'll just go to Mars. That way you're in space, you're already working on the technology to get your ass up to a light speed or a hyper speed type of freaking travel, because you're already doing it. And we can't be afraid to do things like this. Like in order, like, you have to literally eliminate levels of fear that are going to be there. Or if you can't eliminate them, you need to figure out how to channel those levels of fear. Like, we sit here and judge people like Elon Musk and the Mr. Orton dude, the people that do the space stuff, like people who take their money and do that. Like, a lot of people are so scared. The flat earthers, they're so fearful of this shit, because it's like, you don't want to just leave Earth. Like, this is like technically your home. It's like how we treat our houses. We in our house till we die. Once you got you a house, you gonna live in that house. If you, I mean, that's how it used to be. You live in this, you growing up, you raise generations of families in that house. That's how we feel with Earth. You know what I mean? Somebody come try to take it, you ready to blow their fucking brains out. That's Earth. That's us. That's perfect. That's what we've been programmed. This is our possession. You know what I mean? Instead of looking at it like it ain't our possession. When we die, we really can't take it with us. We need to grow beyond that. I mean, at the same time, it is our home, and we do need to think in preservation of the home in the home species, the native species. We need to know everything, even how to jumpstart our own civilization if need be, because the whole point of the thing is survival. That's the game. It's hard to like see it sometimes because we're so busy surviving. Like, even now it's more amped up, it's more technical. But you knew this when you came to this level of existence, that this was gonna be more technical. You got cell phones, and it's all unfolding right before your eyes. Like, I remember when there were no cell phones. Like, this is letting you know where you're headed. Like, back towards a high advantage. Like, it's the only test is will you survive to get there, to see that side of the universe. Like, will mankind see a billion years? Like, if you know that it'll take you, several thousand years or a couple hundred years to get from this point to this point in space, and we are hurling through space, and that's where we're headed towards that star system where everything came from. Like, some of them believe it came from Vega, somewhere within Vega, which, if it's true, then somewhere in Vega we'll reach a constellation that is technically equivalent to this simulation but higher. It's going to have other neighboring worlds that do the same thing, and it could be embracing to our solar system or not, or it's levels like that. I believe it could be, but the only way to know that shit is to survive and see it. So, and technically, in order to survive and see it, we got to become super advanced. That's just how it is. We got to become open-minded with our own existence. We got to really like consider and use our higher discernment to, do things within our solar system. Because if not, then, in case, the earth gives you signs and she wakes up and she's like, yo, she's giving you signs, and you want to sit here and be like, I'm gonna pray if God makes it to shut that shit the fuck up. Because look at this. God don't want you to just perish if you got the will and the tools to survive, unless you just perish. You feel me? That means he who survives is the winner of the game. Literally, period. Not last man standing. You can't think of it like that, because at the same time, there are stories in holy books that tell you about multiplying the stocks. I'm basically laying it on you. It's like basic instructions before you leave the earth. It's sitting right in front of you. Like, on every level, it's sitting in front of you, even if you count your religion, because that religious shit is just a part of the history that we as humanity created. It's gonna go with us anywhere. We're gonna take God across the stars. You gotta understand this. And honestly, in the events I was God, I think that's what I would want. I would want you to show me something. Show me something amazing. Take me across the stars. Show me some spaceships. Show me Gundam. Show me all of the stuff in your imagination. Show me your arsenal. Stop killing each other. That's just too much right now. Unless you're going to make it even funner. Like, create even better simulations where people could just put on VRs and go into it. Meanwhile, we're still catering to this planet. You still step out. It's all like levels to it. We talk about jobs. Surviving is our job, like, on every level. You know what I mean? All the machinery, the companies we create, these are things, these are legacies. If you're not doing this to create a type of legacy that survives a long time, then I think you're doing it wrong. It's okay to live for today because tomorrow has its own troubles. But don't you want to let them know you was here today, tomorrow? You know, I mean, I think today I want to do something great to remind people that make it to tomorrow know that I was here. I would think that you might want to do the same thing. Make a memory, you know, make a freaking time capsule, you know, do something amazing, a video. Like my whole theory is people gonna post till they die anyway. It's pretty much what's gonna happen. I mean, the whole world just go down in flames, and we just taking pictures and shit and posting. Oh, I gotta pull my camera out. You pulling your camera out in the case your ass survive and you don't run out of data storage. You know, you able to bounce everything to your thing. You gonna have one hell of content. But you can make a movie with that shit. Especially if technology don't just go down, the grid go down, and your phone still work. It's gonna be God, because you're gonna be famous and rich, and you probably gonna be the next nigga in power. Either they gonna kill you because you got all the truth to what went down. You know what I mean, when it come down to it. And that's only if a bunch of people survive. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, have you ever seen Land Before Time? You gotta survive fucking all types of shit before you get to the promised land. And the promised land might be really technically clear across the stars into higher existences, higher evolutions. And like I said, this is only my opinion. And my opinion is just, you know, what's wrapped in my head. You got to do your own research. You got to read the books. You got to go, you know, look online, theorize, go type shit, look shit up, Google, go hit a library. However you do it, stand in the sun, meditate, eat some good food, think that you absorb knowledge, the bread of life. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, literally, seriously, just live your life, to be honest with you. Y'all, look, the blessing is in understanding that you're not alone in nothing you do. So you ain't never got to just do it by yourself. You feel me? Unless you want to. I mean, there's a door open for you somewhere. At least I know that to be true from my experience, you know. So, you know, that's another thing that I was really getting to with this. And, you know, so before the world ends, just know that I was like sending up positive energy for you the whole time. I want to see mankind do some things. I want to see you go some places. I want my kid, your kids, I want them to have even funner things to do. Like how my grandmother used to talk to me and say, we just want y'all to have the best life. Like I want them to have the best life after me. I want that next generation to have the best life. And everybody from my generation, I just want y'all to have a even wonderful life, like even more lives. Like, let's see some shit. Y'all want to build some stuff with me? Contact me. You need me to do a show? Contact me. I got y'all. I don't really talk at shows. I just sing. So you know what this is. But in the meantime, you know, sip your drink, smoke your dank, live your life, nigga. Raise your kids. Get it right. You dig? Do it the best we can. Leave like a major legacy, man. I hope I motivate and inspire somebody to do something great. Follow your dream, because I'm gonna follow mine, even though I'm working a 9 to 5 and shit. One day you gonna shop at my website, and then, you know, I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be $1 million in there, because I'm speaking it into existence, because, you know, that's what the world seems to resonate. Speak, ask, and ye shall receive. I need 20 million streams in a month. I need 20 million streams, 20 million streams, 20 million streams this year. Just let this 20 million streams. I'm thinking and asking. So I should receive that, you know, at some point between this month and my birthday, which is October 30th. I love y'all. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is today in 2024. I think that's what year it is. That's what year everybody tells us it is, you know. So I guess that's what year we agree upon at this time. We don't really know. But anyway, y'all have a great day, man. Don't work too hard, but go fucking hard, okay?